Hola amores and welcome back. If you're new here, I am Maritza, a graduate master's student in psychology. And today we're going to be talking about what are the reasons why you are one of the strongest people that ever lived, all science backed. I have also dropped the peer-reviewed journal citations for today's video right down in the description box below if you want to go and read the data. So let's get straight to the facts. So my loves, think about something. Think about if you woke up today maybe feeling a little tired or maybe a little overwhelmed or maybe like you're constantly trying to catch your breath in a world that just won't stop moving. Well, I want you to take a second and take a pause. Because according to cognitive psychology and evolutionary science, you are officially part of the most resilient, mentally durable generations of all human beings to have ever walked this earth. And no, this is not a motivational speech to make you feel good about yourself. Absolutely not. I'm talking about a biological and a psychological fact. Because the very fact that you are a functioning person making decisions right now and even watching this video, all this means that your brain is executing a level of heavy lifting that would have completely broken our ancestors' capabilities. So my friends, to understand your strength, we have to look at exactly what your brain was supposed to and was actually designed for. For 99% of human history, our ancestors, they lived in small, localized communities. If a crisis happened, then it was happening in their immediate village and their surroundings. So right now, know that those of our ancestors, they processed the drama, the politics, and the threats of maybe 50 to 100 people max. This means that the news actually traveled at the speed of a walking horse for our ancestors. So for them, when the sun went down, the world went completely quiet. And this should let you understand that their nervous system had hours, sometimes days of pure, uninterrupted white space to process, to reset, and to heal. Now, for example, look at your average Tuesday. Before you even get out of bed, what do? You pick up your phone. In the span of 5 minutes of scrolling, your brain is actually forced to process so much of what? Of global economic shifts, perhaps a tragedy across the world, an algorithmic flood of people showing off their highlighted reels, all fake stuff, and a barrage of what? Of work notifications. And psychologists call this information cognitive overload. Because now what happens? Your brain is taking up so much more data in a single day, a lot more than a person in the 1800s processed in their entire lifetime. And now, my friends, you want to know why you're one of the strongest people to have ever lived? Well, here's where the science gets extremely fascinating. Because science tells us that your brain still has the exact same evolutionary hardware as those ancient ancestors of yours and of mine. All right, your amygdala, that brain's alarm system, does not know the difference between a physical predator and perhaps a stressful email from your boss. So to your nervous system, a threat is a threat. And this means what? This means that your body is constantly producing microdoses of cortisol and adrenaline just to navigate the ambient noise of our modern lives. And yet, look at what you do. You do not run into a cave. You do not freeze. You're so strong that your prefrontal cortex steps in, calms your nervous system down, and also filters out 99% of the chaos. And at the same time, it allows you to drive to work. It allows you to take care of your family, to study, to build a business, and even to maintain relationships. The sheer amount of cognitive inhibition that you have has the ability to what? To block out any distraction and any emotional noise. And just the fact that you displayed every single day is a psychological marvel, because you are essentially running a marathon in your mind every single day. And yet you, my friend, you are still crossing the finish line. And so, my love, you may ask yourself, why is Maritza telling me this? And it's very simple. It's because we live in a culture that is constantly telling us that what? That we aren't doing enough. And also, we look at our anxieties, our burnouts, our fatigues, and yet we think, what is wrong with me? Why am I struggling just to keep up? But I want to reframe that for you right now. You are not struggling because you are weak. You are feeling the weight because what? Because you are carrying an unprecedented, historically massive load. And yet, you are still standing. Your fatigue is not a sign of failure. It's in the contrary a proof of your stamina. And your anxiety is not a flaw. It's actually a highly sophisticated brain function that you have that is trying to protect you at an overstimulated world. And when you realize how hard your mind is working for you, you will then stop criticizing yourself so much for maybe feeling tired. And you will start giving yourself a lot more credit for being incredibly, incredibly strong. And my loves, the next time that you begin to feel overwhelmed, please do me a favor and take a deep breath and remind yourself that I am built for this and I am doing a phenomenal job. Remember, I love connecting with all of you through Instagram. I also advise you to go check out the channel's membership in case you want to show me some support, and go log on to thematchmakingcupid.com just in case you may need one of our matchmaking services. Once again, I am Maritza. Mwah. Till next time, ciao ciao my loves, ciao ciao my amores.